What is up, y'all? It is your girl, Brand New, and I'm back in the building for a brief recap of Tamar and Vince. You know what, you guys? I'm going to say this before I get started. You know that they are going through the divorce. They're in the process right now, I should say. And I'm really seeing this for really what it is. And let me just get off into the review, because like I said, I want to try to keep it brief because it's the same shit with them. It's just a different episode, a different day. So, all right. I'm not going to go blow by blow, just what I feel, what was important and what I noticed in the episode. The first motherfucking thing I noticed was that motherfucking Tamar is cooking ramen noodles. Bitch, you got all that motherfucking money and you cooking ramen noodles? I'm broker than you, Tamar. I don't eat that bullshit. That's some bullshit. I used to eat that shit when I was a kid. And then y'all know how the end of the month get, a little cash, get a little tight. You may get you a little cheap soup or, cup of noodles or some shit. But I don't eat that ramen noodle shit. It's just the fact it comes in that fucking block. It just looks unhealthy. I don't know. It's something about it since I done got grown. I done shied away from. I get people like they noodles though, but I'm shocked at Tamar because it's like you got money and you could be buying like some better, healthier shit for yourself. But Tamar is ghetto as hell and that's what she does. I thought the shit was funny though. I was laughing. Okay, so I noticed that. Then I noticed that, and she's still upset about, Vince not really taking responsibility for the dancers being all over the place. And, she's still mad at that. So anyways, Vince comes in. He has some old clothes in a trash bag. And he says he plans on giving the clothes away because he says that I'm giving them away because I'm not fat anymore. And Tamar immediately, I notice, rolls her eyes and says in her confessional, oh, Vince is just trying to be cute. And, and I don't feel like that's what it is. He's trying to be healthy, Tamar. Everybody wants to look and feel the best that they can. One thing I noticed with their relationship, I am no psychic. I don't claim to be any of that, but I have eyes and so do you guys. You can clearly tell this relationship was premeditated. Tamar wants to be the skinny, fit person in the relationship, and Vince is supposed to be the big ass blob. That's what she sees in her mind. That's what she wants. I notice she just does not seem all that happy that he has lost all this weight. This weight being off has really changed Vince. Seems like he has more of a clearer head. I've always liked Vince, and I still like him. Even with all the allegations that's going on now, I still like him. Because I just see somebody that wanted to get all this weight off, and they did. And, he's trying to he has extra skin around the belly, and you can get different diseases, diabetes, heart disease. You can get different diseases by having all that skin around your belly. So he's letting her know about the surgery and how, he needs to do that to correct the issue. And Tamar had went into it, well, you ain't even try, you ain't even try to go to the gym, or you ain't really work. Some of that shit you can't work out. Extra skin is extra skin. I don't understand why he can't really do cool sculpting. Maybe that won't do it, but maybe, he does have to have surgery. Tamar's concern is the blood clots. I understand her with that. But at the same time, Tamar, you're thinking more of you and not your husband. If this is something that he feels like he needs to continue to do to make himself look and feel the best that he can be. As a wife, you need to be supportive, but you won't do that because that's not your intention. Your intention is Tamar, Tamar, Tamar. It's not really the Tamar and Vince show. This is everything is about Tamar. Vince catered to that. That's why y'all stayed married for as long as you did, because for a while, you know, he catered to that. He was your manager. He's a little bit more passive than you, and her sign is Pisces. And immediately when I realized her sign was Pisces, she reminded me of Dutchess of Black Ink Crew. And I'm seeing some similarities of her relationship with Vince as with Caesar and Dutchess. I'm really noticing that, and I see that Pisces women, they could be really controlling in relationships. Also, I noticed Caesar was the bigger one in that relationship. Dutchess was smaller. I see now he's not even with her. He done lost a lot of weight. He's feeling good about himself. So I'm just kind of noticing, you guys, some similarities. The only difference is Caesar is hood and he got a mouth like... We know Caesar ain't having that shit. Vince, I don't think he having that shit either because he gives it to her. But I think Caesar was a little bit more vocal with Dutchess from what I could see on what he allowed. But then again, though, there were those times where Dutchess got in Caesar's head and, you know, worked her little magic of manipulation. But yeah, I'm kind of seeing that... in their relationship as well. But, and their relationship is different. You know, they're married and they have a kid and, you know, obviously they've been together longer. I do feel like these two love each other. My honest opinion though, you guys, is they are divorcing because they are going in two opposite directions. Vince does not want to be the big ass teddy bear for Tamar no more. He wants to be his own man. He wants to be independent and look and feel good about himself. The same thing that Tamar has been doing for years for herself. And so it just really made me upset that this man is trying to explain to this selfish ass neurotic bitch that he just wants to be healthy. And here she go just chomping up her noodles and, you know, go ahead and get skinny. Go ahead, you know, because he's still saying how, you know, he wants and needs to do this surgery. Go ahead and you might as well go on and find you a Becky with the good hair. And he said, well, you know, don't worry, I will. Ain't no problem. You know, he kind of said it like that. Oh, I know you did. I know you didn't just say that you... Tamar, you just started the shit. Are you fucking serious, bitch? You can't start nothing with this man and think he ain't gonna finish it? Well, my man really do like... I had heard her before. He likes blonde women. You know, first off... Is that why you keep dyeing your hair blonde, bitch? Because every time I see you, you blonde. Are you trying to keep up some motherfucking fantasy for him? But this whole, well, he likes blondes, and that may be what he likes, but maybe he likes their attitude that goes along with that. Not just the fact that they're blondes, Tamar. You know, you too argumentative. You're not listening to your man and supporting him and wanting him to be better. I get that you're scared, but even with being scared and being fearful, you have to keep that in perspective and dial that shit back. And that's something her ass just doesn't know how to do. So she went the fuck off after he said that he would mess around, you know, with a Becky. She went off, and I believe he was just trying to get under her skin, and she, you know, he did, and it's just like it ain't even that big of a deal because you the one that brought it up. How do you sit in your relationship, Tamar, and start all the shit? Then when he finishes the shit, you get upset, you mad with him. You ain't no motherfucking victim. Now you got your mama out here where he abuses her, and it looked like she verbally abusing him from this motherfucking episode, Miss Evelyn. Shit. So anyways, the next thing I noticed, Tamar and Vince, they come back together after a couple of days. She pretty much lets them know they need to go on vacation, get away from work and all the drama that comes with that. And Vince is really quiet. He's not really looking at her. He's still upset. Tamar can still sense it. She done already made the arrangements for the trip. That's another thing, Tamar. You should be discussing this with your husband, not just doing what you want to do. And then she's bringing her friends. You don't need your friends on a trip with you and your man, and y'all the ones need to talk and work things out and rekindle your romance. And you can't do that when there's people always around. And even if you wanted to bring them, Tamar, you should have just had them off to the side somewhere. They shouldn't have been eating and doing all this with y'all. Like, this bitch is just, you want a divorce, but you're causing the motherfucking divorce. I'm confused. Anyways, Tamar ends up having a real itchy scalp because they're on their way to Mexico. Vince didn't agree to go. Everybody is, on their way there, and she acting a fool about her motherfucking scalp. I done been there though, bitch, because when your motherfucking scalp is itching like that, it is hell, so I understood that. She was overdoing it as usual. Anyways, when they get there, Tamar works out the situation with her hair and stuff, and it was so funny because they was telling her to put apple cider vinegar on there, and she told me, I don't want to smell like a douche, and apple cider vinegar has that smell. And it was so funny because it was a part where they was talking about, well, apple cider vinegar. One of her friends was just like, apple cider vinegar, it fixes everything, and it is known that it fixes everything, and Tamar still wasn't fucking buying it. Anyways, the next thing that stood out, there was also a scene with Benzino. I guess Benzino and Vince is cool. That was before all of this, and they had went to the grocery store, and you could just tell Vince is in a totally different space. He's telling Benzino what to eat. Benzino is the fucking gym rat, fitness rat. That motherfucking body of Benzino's is off the map. So it was just funny how Vince was telling him, dude, you need to eat this and eat that. And, don't be going to your favorite burger joints and stuff. So, he's all organic. Now, Vince is like really changed. I'm just so happy for him, you guys. Like, he looks at peace and he's so happy, but he has this wife. I'm going to say this. I think that Vince needs to let Tamar go. Accept the motherfucking divorce. Move the fuck along. I just don't see it, you guys. I know that they love each other and they have a child. I don't want anybody to break up. But sometimes in life, we got to do what we got to do. Because he seems so happy with his new self. And she is only thinking of herself. So anyways, let's get back to Mexico. So next thing I noticed in Mexico is Tamar, Vince, and her friends. They're all at dinner. And Vince is looking irritated. The guys, they pick up on it too. The gay guys that are with Tamar. I believe they work for her. The one that, sings about the patty pies. He was there. I guess he's a hairstylist. I really like him. And the other guy, Eric, I believe. I forgot. James, and then it's Eric. James is a hairstylist. Eric is somebody else. And then they invited somebody else. I'm like, how many motherfuckers do you need? But anyways, they had, Gout Hat came up, and Tamar, begins commenting about how Vince has gout, and, Vince is already, you can tell, just irritated. Vince wanted this trip to be about his family, to be Logan, him and Tamar. He mentioned that all throughout the episode. And I think, Vince, you should have told Tamar, like, look, we don't need nobody. Put your foot down. Just tell her we don't need nobody else on this trip. Because honestly, you guys, I think it would have went better if it was just them and they was rekindling, their romance and their marriage. But Tamar had her friends come, and it just was very uncomfortable at dinner. Vince got offended about the gout comments. I don't think he got offended about just the gout comments, Tamar. You had mentioned to Eric, well, Eric used to have it too. Eric used to be 300 pounds, and Vince felt dogged out. And he just felt offended. He was like, you sitting up here, you dogging me right now. You treat me like shit right now. And, and some people will look at it and be like, well, Vince is being oversensitive, but he has been overweight. He has gout. It is hereditary, in his family. And it's something that he deals with. So it was something that he was sensitive about. And I don't think he wanted Tamar joking about it in front of her friends. So he got offended. He walked off. And then Tamar sitting there like, I just can't believe, why would you get so sensitive? Why would he get so mad about that? And, I can't believe people are so insecure about stuff. People need to learn to let stuff go. And Tamar, you need to learn to put a muzzle on that motherfucking mouth. You talk way too much. Just shut up. And you don't need to make fun of your husband or his weight or, and Vince felt like she was being shady. And I felt like she was too. It wasn't like direct shade, but it was shade to the point of, if you just listen to what she was saying, the bitch was being shady, and the guys felt that Vince was overreacting. Of course, they're on Tamar's side because Tamar pays them and they're her friends. So that's pretty much with that. And then Tamar begins telling the guys, after Vince leaves, that she feels alone and, she doesn't feel like Vince has her back. And, she tells him about the surgery and he shouldn't do it because all the risks of the blood clots. And Tamar, you shouldn't be discussing all this with your friends. You should be discussing your feelings with your husband. Certain stuff is between y'all. You are perpetuating the situation and making things worse by bringing your friends into it, and they got opinions. And these are gay guys, and yes, they're human beings. They have opinions, but they're not in a marriage. They are not with a woman, so of course they're going to be on your side. You presenting this shit in a one-sided way where, you trying to act like you so pressed about Vince's health, but what about his spirit? What about what would make him feel better about himself? So, I think Tamar looks at it like, oh, he didn't lost enough weight. I mean, he don't need to get, how skinny you trying to get? It ain't even about that. It's just he's trying to be healthy because he doesn't, if you do have a lot of weight on your belly, you can get other diseases like that and die early, and he doesn't want that. What is wrong with that? So she's sitting up here trying to play victim to her friends. And honey, I was not motherfucking here for that shit. Tamar, you have definitely contributed to this divorce coming about. And you guys, I think they need a divorce, honestly. I don't wish divorce on anybody, but I feel like they kind of need one after I seen this episode. Because they are clearly not on the same page, can't agree. Vince is pretty much shut down. He already knows he's not going to get the love and support that he needs. So he just feels like, hey, ain't no need in even saying nothing to you. So he went on to bed and, she kept complaining to them. That's pretty much what happened, you guys. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. It is your girl, Brand New, and I'm out.